Golden, crispy, and irresistibly crunchy, Lay's chips have been a favorite snack for decades. But have you ever thought about what it takes to turn a simple potato into the perfect chip? It's not as easy as slicing and frying. Behind every bag is a high-speed, high-tech process that transforms raw potatoes into the crispy, salty goodness we all love. From massive conveyor belts to scalding hot fryers, every step in the factory is a mix of precision, science, and a little bit of magic. But what really goes on inside those giant factories? How do they ensure each chip has the perfect crunch, flavor, and texture? Today, we're taking you inside a Lay's factory to uncover the fascinating journey of how your favorite chips are made. 1. The journey begins from farm to factory. Not all potatoes are good enough to become Lay's chips. In fact, only the best make it. But what makes a potato chip-worthy? It all starts on carefully selected farms where special potatoes are grown just for Lay's. These aren't your regular grocery store potatoes. They have the perfect shape, size, and moisture content to turn into crispy golden chips. Farmers work hard to make sure every potato meets the highest standards. They check for the right texture, starch levels, and even how much sugar is inside. Too much sugar? The chips could turn dark when fried. Too much moisture? They won't get crispy enough. Every detail matters. Once the potatoes are ready, it's time to harvest. Giant machines dig them up from the soil, collecting thousands of potatoes in minutes. But the journey isn't over yet. The potatoes are loaded onto huge trucks and sent straight to the factory. But here's the crazy part. Some factories receive over 1 million pounds of potatoes every single day. But what happens when they arrive? Before they even get close to the slicer, every potato is checked, sorted, and washed. No dirt, no bad potatoes. Only the best move forward. And now it's time for the real transformation to begin. 2. The speed of slicing. Precision at lightning pace. The potatoes have arrived, they're washed, and now it's time for the most satisfying part, slicing. But this isn't some slow, careful cutting you do at home. In Lay's factories, potatoes are sliced at mind-blowing speeds, so fast you'd miss it if you blinked. Massive industrial slicers work non-stop, turning whole potatoes into ultra-thin slices in seconds. But here's the trick. Every slice has to be the perfect thickness. If it's too thick, the chip won't crisp up. Too thin, and it might burn in the fryer. Lay's uses high-tech blades that adjust with precision, ensuring every chip is just right, and speed isn't the only challenge. Potatoes come in different shapes and sizes, so how do they ensure every slice is identical? The answer: water jets. The potatoes move through the slicers with the help of high-pressure water, keeping them steady and ensuring every cut is clean and uniform. But not all slices make it to the fryer. Advanced sensors quickly spot slices that are too small, uneven, or damaged. These rejects are instantly removed, ensuring only the best ones move forward. In just seconds, what was once a whole potato is now hundreds of perfectly thin slices racing toward their next big transformation, the sizzling hot fryer. 3. The perfect fry, cooking at blazing temperatures. Now comes the moment where ordinary potato slices turn into golden, crispy Lay's chips, the frying stage. But this isn't just about tossing slices into hot oil. The process is a carefully controlled science that happens in a matter of seconds. The sliced potatoes move into massive fryers filled with bubbling hot oil. But here's the crazy part. The oil temperature is kept at a scorching 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius, and the chips fry in just 3 minutes or less. That's all it takes to transform a soft potato slice into a perfectly crispy chip. But how do they stop the chips from getting too greasy? The secret is constant movement. The chips float and tumble in the fryer, making sure each one cooks evenly. This prevents some from getting too crispy, while others stay soft. The right amount of oil is absorbed, and the rest drains away. The frying process also gives Lay's chips their signature crunch. The heat causes moisture inside the slices to escape, leaving behind a light, airy texture. If the temperature or frying time is even slightly off, the chips could turn out too hard, too soggy, or even burnt. 4. Flavor explosion, the secret behind Lay's irresistible taste. Now that the chips are perfectly crispy, it's time for the most exciting part, The flavor. Whether it's classic salted, tangy barbecue, or spicy chili, every Lay's chip needs just the right amount of seasoning to taste amazing. But how does Lay's make sure each chip gets an even, flavorful coating? The freshly fried chips move on to giant spinning drums. These aren't just regular drums. They are designed to tumble the chips gently, so they don't break while getting coated in seasoning. Inside, fine powder seasoning is sprinkled onto the chips as they spin. But it's not random. Lay's uses high-tech sensors to measure exactly how much seasoning is needed. Too little, and the chips taste bland. Too much, and they become overpowering. But here's something interesting. Not all Lay's chips get their flavor the same way. Classic salted chips are seasoned right after frying. But for bold flavors like cheese, barbecue, or sour cream, and onion, Lay's sometimes uses a mix of dry seasoning and special oils to make sure the flavor sticks perfectly. The result? A perfectly coated, delicious chip in every bite. But not every chip gets to move forward just yet. Before they're packed, Lay's puts them through one last test. Only the best chips make it into the bag. 5. Quality control. Only the best make it into the bag. Not every chip makes the cut. Before Lay's chips are packed, they go through a strict quality check. Burnt chips, rejected. Odd shapes, gone. Too much seasoning, not good enough. Every chip must be crispy, golden, and perfectly flavored, nothing less. So how does Lay's make sure only the best chips end up in your bag? It starts with high-speed cameras and laser sensors that scan each chip in milliseconds. These machines detect color, shape, and texture. If a chip is too dark, too curled, or broken, the system automatically removes it from the line. But technology isn't the only judge. Human inspectors also check random batches, tasting and examining the chips to make sure they meet Lay's famous standards. If something is off, adjustments are made immediately. Now you might be wondering, what happens to the rejected chips? Do they just go to waste? Not exactly. Some are ground up and used for animal feed, while others are repurposed for things like starch extraction. Lay's makes sure as little as possible goes to waste. 6. Sealed for freshness, the packaging powerhouse. The chips have passed every test, crispy, golden, and packed with flavor. But there's one final step before they reach your hands, packaging. This might seem simple, but it's actually one of the most important steps. Without the right packaging, the chips could lose their crunch, go stale, or break into tiny crumbs before they even hit store shelves. First, the chips travel on conveyor belts into automatic weighing machines. These machines measure out the perfect amount for each bag, ensuring every pack has the right portion. Too many chips? Adjusted. Too few? More are added instantly. Next, the chips drop into air-filled bags. But here's something surprising. It's not regular air inside. Lay's uses nitrogen gas instead of oxygen. Why? Oxygen can make chips go stale faster, while nitrogen keeps them fresh and crisp for longer. Plus, the extra space in the bag isn't just random. It acts as a cushion to protect chips from breaking during transport. Finally, the bags are heat-sealed, stamped with an expiration date, and sent off for shipping. Within days, they arrive at grocery stores, vending machines, and snack aisles worldwide, ready for you to tear open and enjoy that first satisfying crunch. And that's how a simple potato becomes the crispy, delicious Lay's chips we all love. From the farm to the fryer to the final crunch, every step is a mix of science, precision, and flavor magic. If you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look, hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing Food Factory secrets. Let us know in the comments. What's your favorite Lay's flavor? Thanks for watching.